Hey Leo, how are you doing? This is going to be your June 2025 reading. I'm going to jump right in by pulling 3 cards. Looking at how you're entering the month of June, some past energies that are coming through from May even. What's going on for you presently, as well as looking at what the upcoming energies are for the rest of the month. I'll continue to pull cards as we go through this reading, so that we can go deeper into the messages that are coming through for you. Let's get into it. The 7 of Swords. You were trying to figure out somebody in May, trying to figure out somebody's motivations or agenda. Even some of you had been given an opportunity or a chance to do something maybe pretty interesting or cool, and it's just, you were second guessing it, like, is it too good to be true? Really me? I don't know, it's something that you're working through, I guess. 8 of Wands is the energy for June, so the rest of the month it's probably already been off to a quick and busy, fast-paced start for you. It'll continue like that. It seems like there's a lot of moving parts in the air for you. This is a type of throwing everything you've got at the wall, like the mud at the wall, so to speak, and seeing what sticks. But as for June, it seems like it's one of those months where you've kind of done almost enough, and now you're just waiting for the universe to catch up and respond, people to get back to you and situations to align for you. And then we also have the 4 of Wands. So this looks like quite a celebration or some sort of a positive, making stable, we're happy that this all turned out well, sort of a feel to the end of your month. Okay, so the 7 of Swords has just been a little bit about you in your head and trying to figure out who you can trust and who you can't. That's kind of going to be the deepest manifestation of the 7 of Swords for you right now. Who can you trust? Who can't you trust? Who is kind of going to undermine you? Who treats you with contempt? And other people are just working on their own stuff, and they're, you're maybe thinking, I don't know if I can really believe that this is all working out for me, or why would they choose me? Like, there is a bit of imposter syndrome that could be creeping in, and you're trying to just nip that in the bud. I think the energy and the momentum of the 8 of Wands, and for the most of June, this carrying you forward is probably going to dispel a little bit of that imposter syndrome. And for others, you're going to be too busy to even be thinking as deeply about other people's agendas. Now, we will clear it all up and see what it was about. The 8 of Wands bodes really well for wheeling and dealing, buying and selling, traveling, commuting, branding, marketing, conversations, okay? So if you're in the midst of trying to bring something like that into the world, or making something like that work for you, June is a month where things are flying in a sense. 4 of Wands can be very literally events such as weddings or celebrations, dinners, get-togethers, anything like that that you're invited to or you're sending out invites for. But it is as well just an emotional sense of, I like where I am at the moment. These are good vibes, good times. I would be happy to continue this for as long as possible. Now we know things are going to change, but you're feeling like you're in a good place in June, and there is some sort of a marked event or personal milestone that's reached for you to really feel this sort of stability and the sense of belonging. This sense of belonging could be coming up in your domestic life, with friends, with family, with your inner world and personal life, or it could be at the corporation you work for, the institution you work for, the name of your company. If it rings a bell to many people, that's the kind of business the 4 of Wands describes. Let's get into this now with some more cards. Oh, what's popping out there? Right, I like this. This is the 6 of Wands. This is Jupiter in Leo. All right, I'm just gonna put it out there. It's not gonna be until the summer of 2026, so we're jumping way ahead here, but let me just put this into a sentence. Jupiter will move into the sign of Leo then. That is going to be a kind of major part of your overall arc, Leo, beginning in the summer of 2026. For about a year, you're going to be experiencing some of the bigger manifestations of your timelines. Some of the experiences you're having will be ones you were meant to be having upon this incarnation, okay? So maybe right now in your life, you're laying some sort of groundwork, or something that you're getting into or working on is going to come into much more major fruition in about a year's time to 2 years' time from now, okay? Let's see what else we've got. If this reading ends up resonating for you, I will link an extended version down below. And if this is all you're sticking around for, let's just get into it. Make sure you're subscribed. Comment, like, share too, if you feel like it. That would be great. All right, let's clear up the Seven of Swords. Justice and the Three of Wands. Worst case scenario, if there was something that was perpetrated against you and you feel a sense of that was wrong, somebody's dog bit you, something that was really just out of your control, and you did feel in a sense victim to some sort of an unfair or unjust occurrence, it seems like it's out of your hands now, and that's a good thing, because the Three of Wands suggests that things are going to be able to be moved swiftly onwards from here. And I'm sure any bad or negative experience you've had in the month of May or late May into June, you do want to turn your back on it and leave it behind you. Nobody wants to dwell on past mishaps. Now, the other thing is that Justice card suggests that, well, things are getting sorted out for you in your favor when justice is upright. What about those of you who are dealing with a situation where justice must be served? Some of you are probably dealing with something that is legally binding at the moment, or contractual. This could come down to a relationship with a boss, an employer, a landlord, an ex, or a family member. There's many different types of people that we are in contractual agreements with, and business partnerships come into this too. If you're trying to figure out how this is going to work out, without being kind of vague, the power of positive thinking comes up with the Three of Wands. It is actually a real placebo effect, I suppose. The Three of Wands is about expanding a timeline and seeing a future or current horizon that's pretty bright and optimistic. I get the impression that this is going to work out well for you based on this. So what else can I say about that? You can kind of let it go out of your hands and trust that the scales, the karmic nature of justice, will do the rest for you. The other thing that could be coming through for you is in terms of significant relationships that could look like business partnerships, or any spousal situation, or anybody that indeed you share custody of, a pet, a child, a car, anything like that. This might be something that you're kind of wondering what the motivations are here, and you've been having a little bit of intrusive thoughts perhaps about what is really going on here, and is there anything untoward, is there anything more you should know about, do you have to go digging? And I don't necessarily see that, you know. You're gonna know, of course, much better than I am, but the Three of Wands always to me bodes very well for a positive outlook and outcome, and kind of like this is going to be moving onwards and outwards, and you're not going to have to dwell or sit and think about it for too much longer. So let's look at this exciting Eight of Wands. What is flowing for you in June? What's moving on now? What's getting going and really taking off? The Eight of Wands. Oh, I have the Two of Cups, and in reverse, the Knight of Swords. Okay, I'm going to pull a couple more, but let's just have a look at that for now. What is taking off for you in the month of June? Leo, for those of you who are kind of dating or on the market in a romantic sense, or maybe you've just kind of started seeing somebody and, you know, things are going well and things are like really kind of like starting to pick up in pace now. You might be really enjoying that sort of back and forward, that flirtation, that attraction. And for others, the Knight of Swords in reverse could be the reemergence of somebody from your past this month. And I don't know if this is somebody you'd really like to hear from or see. It's kind of something a little bit more like could have been a fling from the past, or even someone that you went to school with. This is going back to a little bit of an earlier era for you, and maybe even just an earlier time in your emotional maturity and certainly theirs. So this is up to you how you handle that, but there is a kind of coming in hot. Somebody's coming in hot for you this month, Leo, okay? You may already know who that is, and some of you are interested, but you're not taking it all too seriously either. Okay, so let's have a look at the Eight of Wands. Because I know that message won't apply to everybody. Not everybody's dating or interested, and some people are in something a little bit more committed. So for those of you who are in committed relationships, there does seem to be some serious or sobering kind of content in the relationship at the moment. That's not a positive or negative judgment. Justice is very neutral and balanced. It just suggests that things are of a serious and important note at the moment, and things are being taken more seriously. It could mean more commitment, or it could mean something that really needs to be worked on. Okay, the Eight of Wands, what else have we got? Oh yes, that was the opportunity I was talking about with the Ace of Pentacles, and I also have the Page of Wands. So I think at the beginning I thought that there was some sort of an offering or opportunity for you that had been trying to reach you, and I thought for some of you it actually came through in like May, beginning of June, and you were almost like, I don't believe this is too good to be true for me, and having those imposter syndrome like thoughts. If, for instance, you psyched yourself out and got the better of yourself in May, and you're now like, what? The only thing I could say is that don't worry. It might have actually been a blessing in disguise for you, because something more aligned is coming through for you in June. For the most part, I just feel like this Ace of Pentacles is coming through for you, Leo, as a result of everything you have already set into motion in a bigger way. It's this pasta is ready to be boiled. That tells me the water is hot. So things are heating up, things are energized for you, things are bubbling up. And this is the perfect time to kind of strike. It's time to get things ready to truly go. They already are going for you, and as a result of all this, I don't know, call it being in sync, call it being in like a universal flow or something like that. This cosmic energy is supporting you in June, and the more you move to act and talk and express yourself, the more likelihood will be that there are several of these aces coming out to be offered to you. Networking, people meeting you, people asking for your phone number, people wanting to visit your website, people asking you to come work for them, people just giving you something. Hello. The Page of Wands, it's just the absolute perfect accompaniment, because this is about you in this just some of you very like youthful, childlike, explorative and imaginative, even experimental. I mean, this person is growing something bigger than anything else, and it might be a little bit out there. And I think I have a sneeze coming on. Excuse me. I think with the Page of Wands, like, it's so helpful for you to be in this very free-spirited and really having a good time, like, and this is all just about being very inspired, very creatively expressive and joyful, and you really are pleased with what you've created or what you've been doing. You're pleased with yourself. That's a great frequency to be in to continue to make all this alignment happen for you. And we have the Four of Wands to look at. Of course, I'm going to go into another sort of completely different timeline trajectory, I think, in the extended, and see what else is going on in your world. But let's see for now the Four of Wands. Knight of Swords upright and the Two of Cups again. Okay, I have to go there. We'll go into relationships in the extended, but I've got to go there too, right? There is, for all of you, somebody who is really, really keen on you, Leo. Like, you know, this might not be this might be more than one person, you know, that's what I'm thinking. Because he was reversed, now he's upright, unless, okay, some of you are giving that person from your past yeah, you're taking it seriously. You're open to hearing what they have to say at the very least. Maybe some of you are open to catching up over a little candlelit dinner even. But you know, you're open to this run-in. Now, because there's events and get-togethers and there's socializing on the cards for you this month, it could really just be at any point that you're out there in the world, you're looking good, you're feeling good. This is gonna be when this Knight of Swords is gonna just, you know, ride in on his white horse or hers and say, Leo, how are you doing? You're looking good. That's what I'm thinking is coming through there. And the Two of Cups, I mean, it is quite a romantic energy. It can be platonic for sure. This, if it is platonic, this is just about you like catching up with old friends, catching up and making even new friends and acquaintances. It's just a very sociable, and anybody you do meet, it's not just like flash in the pan. I get the impression that you'll actually follow through and want to hang out with this person again. I'll look into romance and love relationships because I know that that's just not for everybody watching on YouTube, because it's just the nature of these readings being more general. But if you want to look into your situationship, relationship, whatever situationship is, I don't even know what that word means, relationship or get together or the person you're with, let's do that in the extended, and let's just leave this message at enjoy what happens this month. People are interested in you, attracted to you, and want to get to know you more, be it on a friendship level or even on a romantic basis, okay? Thanks for watching, Leo, and I'll see you soon.